Hello guys, this time I have brought a very interesting PMP scenario. It is about the stakeholder engagement and communication related topic, which is pretty much of a tricky area in exam. So very carefully listen to my explanation, and please do listen till the end because the most important part is going to be discussed in the end. Um, First of all, let me read out the scenario and then we will discuss. The scenario says that an intricate project has team members located in US, Canada, and France. The project manager discovers that a senior manager who is an intended recipient of biweekly project status update is asking for project current status from a team member. Which step is more appropriate to take next? Before I jump on to the option choices, let's first figure out that which areas of this question we should be focusing more. So this is an intricate project, a complex project, a geographically diversified project, and project manager discovers, this is a very important keyword, discovery of some information. So whenever there is you see a keyword as discovered, just automatically assume that there is an apprehension, a rumor, some information which is not validated or verified, right? So this is a discovery of some information, and the information is that a senior manager who is an intended recipient of biweekly status report is asking for project current status from a team member. So that member is an intended audience, he's expected to receive that information, but he's asking for that status from our team. Now, what action should the project manager take after getting to know about this discovery? Option A, rely on the information in stakeholder register. So option A is a very good choice. The stakeholder register is an artifact that carries the information about all stakeholders, their needs, their expectations, their requirements, their probably the communication requirement for each stakeholder, the reporting requirement for each stakeholder, the different type of collaborations that they may need in the project from different stakeholders, and how much support they want from you or from other members of the team and other stakeholders. All of that is going to be coming directly from the stakeholder and it's going to be documented in the stakeholder register along with their role and organization and their name and their contact information and all of that. So stakeholder register is going to tell us that this stakeholder has asked for this information. The stakeholder needs this project information, this status update and all. And why does he require that information? I mean, this kind of information is going to be there in stakeholder register. But the question itself, it's telling you that the senior manager is an intended recipient of that project status update. So you do not need to check that again, because that is already given that the information is meant for him. So stakeholder register is also going to tell you the same. Right? So although stakeholder register could be a good choice, but we may need to check like the other options as well, because we most probably can find something better than this. So let's move to option B. Let's keep option A and let's move to option B. Review the PMIS configuration. So PMIS is particularly a PMI terminology, and PMIS is Project Management Information System. Project Management Information System, by definition or by nature, is a set of tools which gathers the information, which integrates the project information, and which shares the information to the stakeholder, depending on which tool you go for in the capacity of PMIS. I can give you many examples for PMIS. Microsoft Excel could be a PMIS, a spreadsheet could be a PMIS, multiple software tools like Microsoft Project or Jira or Confluence or Asana or Monday.com or Trello. These are also PMIS. Your cloud drives are also PMIS, like Google Drive or OneDrive or any customized drive if your organization is using. All the content management systems are very good example of PMIS, like Microsoft SharePoint. So PMIS is the tool which takes the information from multiple sources in the project, gathers it, integrates it in useful information, converts that raw data into useful information, and spread that information to the relevant audience. This can be done in a completely automated manner. This can be done in a completely manual manner. Right? Now, after knowing what PMIS is, if we go back to this scenario and we check that project manager discovers that the senior manager is asking for their project status update from a team member, do we think that reviewing the PMIS configuration alone would be helpful? PMIS is just a tool, right? Checking its configuration is like, it's not going to bring any harm to you. It's okay. But does it solve the main ask of the question, or does that solve the main problem of the question? The main problem is that if the stakeholder is asking for this information, is he doing the right thing? That is the main ask of the question. Although he is an intended audience for this information, but asking for that project status update, which is the type of an information in project from the team member, is that the right thing? PMIS alone is not going to help you with that. PMIS is a software which is configured to send the information to the right audience as per its configuration, as per the data that you have fed in there. So PMIS is going to work as per your configuration, as per your settings in that tool. It's okay to check the configuration. Maybe the configuration is not rightly not rightly performed, or there is some flaw in the setting. However, this is not going to be the ultimate next step in the situation. The question is asking about the very next thing to do in this situation. After knowing that the senior manager is getting information from a team member, the very next thing to do is not checking PMIS. PMIS configuration could be a later step, but not the very next step, because PMIS tool is only going to tell you that if the tool is configured to share that information to the stakeholder, or tool is not configured to share the information to the stakeholder. But PMIS is dependent on some other artifact, and that other artifact is communication management plan. Communication management plan actually has that information, that how that PMIS should be configured depending on who should be receiving what information and at what time. Right? So even if PMIS configuration review is needed, that is going to happen after the pre-step for that is going to be done. So B is out of this picture. Now option C. Option C says that ensure that the stakeholder, the senior manager or the stakeholder attends a next team meeting. Maybe someone would say that this is a good choice, that rather the senior manager asks for the project status update from a team member, he attends the next weekly or bi-weekly team meeting, and he gets whatever he wants directly from that group. Again, if we check this option, this seems like a good choice. But if we carefully check this option, we would find some question marks in there. If the senior manager is going to attend the next team meeting, is he an intended audience for that team meeting? Is he supposed to be getting that project status update from the team meeting or some other channel like emails or some monthly status reports or some other channel? Or maybe it's okay for him to like go to in an ad hoc manner to the project team, project manager, or any other member of the team and ask for that? Maybe yes, maybe no. How do we know that? We would know that from option D. Option D is our go-to choice. option D's are very next thing to do after we know that, or after the project manager discovers that the senior manager is going to our respective team member for project status updates. The communication management plan is an artifact in project management that tells you that who should receive what information and in what manner or via which channel and at what frequency or time and by which person, like who is taking the responsibility of making that communication happen in the right manner at the right time to the right person. So we term that whole communication expectation as W4 plus H. The who, the what, the when, and the whom part of communication plus how that communication is going to happen. So that W4 plus H is going to make that communication rightly happen without any flaws, without any gaps, without any ineffectiveness. So in this case, if the project manager discovers that senior manager is asking for an information for which he is qualified from a team member, then if that rings a bell to project manager, the very first thing that he should inquire is, although the information should be received by senior manager, but if he is going to team member for that, is that the right thing? What was the right channel that we have decided for sharing that information? Is that email? Is that a steering committee meeting? Is that via some project reports? Is that like directly coming to project manager for that? Is that an interview? Like what kind of method we have decided for that? Again, that's going to be the how part of it. Who is the right person to share that information to the senior manager? That's going to be the who part of it. What's the frequency for that? It's like, is it okay for the senior manager to ask for that in an ad hoc manner, or is there a frequency decided for that? The when part of communication management plan, right? And is a senior manager along with other members an intended audience for that? The who part of the communication management plan. The who part is already clear in this question. The what part is also clear in this question. But the when and the how, primarily the how part, is the question mark over here, right? And the by whom part as well. The by whom, the when, and the how part is a question. So the senior manager should be receiving this information from which person and via which channel is going to be answered by communication management plan. And once that is answered, and if it is stated that yes, it should be sent via probably SharePoint, and maybe if you as a project manager go to senior manager and asking that, are you not receiving the SharePoint based reports, and he says that no, I have not received it, and this is the reason why I have come to your team member or your team for project information, because I haven't received my intended report. Then maybe you go to B to check the PMIS configuration, right? And if the communication management plan says that the manager should get this information from a weekly or bi-weekly meeting, and maybe he has not been attending the meetings for the last couple of times, and he finds it easy to go to a team member and ask for that information, so that would warrant that you should be going for C, that you request a senior manager to be more available and be more present in the team meeting so that you don't miss out on any information, because that's your right channel. That's the agreed upon channel in the communication management plan. So the very next thing to do is communication management plan. And communication management plan is going to guide you that if B or C or any other action is a needed step based on option D. Option D is the correct choice in this scenario. I hope you like this explanation. If you do, please do let us know in the comment area, and do provide your feedback and your comments for suggestion in the comment area as well.